General Kaharir, tunataka Commander-in-Chief akutenge za kununua constitution na za kufacilitate tuisome. Article 1, sovereignty of the people. Kariri, imba, because there is no time the military became political. Because one day you might want to fumble over to the other side, and then you will know he is the commander-in-chief, not you. Yeah.
So the chief of defense forces spoke yesterday. Na naona mmekasirika mbaya sana. Mmekasirika. Ati alisema msiseme Ruto must go.
Yoyote. Na tungetaka kuambia mkuu ya majeshi General Kaharir, wewe mtoto wetu wa nyumbani. Please. The military is a respected organization in this country because it has conducted itself professionally since independence. And it's the only institution that the people of Kenya trust. Please, usilete siasa kwa mambo ya majeshi. Majeshi kazi yao ni kulinda Kenya from external enemies. And that is the work of the military. So wewe usiingizwe kwa mambo ya siasa ya William Ruto. Hata ukijaribu kusaidia William Ruto, pahali mambo yake imefika saa hii general, uweze msaidia. Hawa wananchi wamewachana na yeye. Mmewachana na yeye hapo bado. There is no way you can help him. So tunauliza general, please let the military remain a professional outfit because it is the only institution that the people of Kenya trust.
So wakati watu wanaamua kwamba tumechoka na hii serikali na mlichagua wenyewe, alafu mnasema must go, that must go must be done according to the constitution.
Charles Kahariri, huyo sani mbigi wa majeshi wa usikisa bana, amini usiamini, amekuwa anasema ati vile hizi stories za Ruto must go ni stories zenye watu kwanza inafaa wachore na wa make sure that hizi mambo wameongelelea 2027 because sielewi ni aje watu wanaweza choka na ile serikali yenye au wenyewe bana ndio wale wenye walikuja wamechagua. So najua hizi stories za Ruto must go ni stories zimekuwa zikisoza sana, especially last weekend huko pande ya Naivasha. Watu mlikuwa Naivasha, ulicheki vile mlifanya huko hivyo, na bado pia huko hivi side za Kanairo unanipata, ulicheki vile pia stories za Ruto must go zilikuwa zimeshika wapi kwa ile grau fulani. Lakini mimi hata nimekuwa nikishangaaje ukiangalia kila mahali penye kulikuwa na Ruto must go, kuna mechi zilikuwa zina happen like pande ya Naivasha. Okay, achani hiyo part, turudi sasa stories za Charles. Alafu tena pia anaitwa aje Nurdin Haji, yeye pia amekuwa akikondem hiyo shughuli unanipata. Wanasema that jeshi ni watu wenye wana defend katiba yenye kwa hii siku, na bado pia wanatetea ile serikali yenye kwa hii day, like hakuna vile au wanaweza wakapiga shughuli za overthrow government. Unajua hizi stories za overthrow military overthrow government, kuna time fulani yenye Rawa alikujanga akasema hata actually hiyo story ile tanganoma sana because watu wa Nation, Daily Nation walichapisha hiyo gazo hivyo wakisema ngati kuna mradi ati Rawa anasema ati Ruto walimuita ndio amuokolee military wasichukue nini yake. But sasa since hiyo time yote Soipan Minister wa Defense ndiye alikujanga kubonga akasema hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Lakini sasa leo jeshi wenyewe bana wamekaa wakabonga wanasema aje hakuna mradi kama hiyo. Lakini sasa hata story iko hapo, hebu acha hiyo story yote, sio important. Mahali penye story iko ni ati Okia Omtata yeye amekaa kucomplain, anasema aelewi ni aje Charles Kahariri na Nurdin Haji wote wawili wanaweza kuwa wanafanya ni kama watu wa jeshi wanaji-involve unanipata na mambo ya siasa. Anasema that hawa watu wawili inafai kuwe wako katikati, neutral kabisa, like haifai kutelwa kwa pande gani. But so the moment yenye wanakam kusema watu wasifanye stories za Ruto must go, inaonyesha that automatically ni kama hiyo mbugi imesha side na gava. Na sasa kulingana ukiomtata hiyo mbugi side na gava itakuwa ni kama ina limit zile rights za Wakenya zenye wako nazo za kujitolea kubonga, unanipata, za kujitolea kujiexpress, unanipata. Na hapa hivi si kuna freedom ya wasiku kuanga wanabonga. So ukiona mtu wa jeshi kusema ati hakuna kusema Ruto must go, inabaki unashangaa rada hizi ni mambo gani? Na unajua pia Rao ile time yenye wali sign ile deal fulani pale hivyo KCC na amri jeshi, kulikuwa na stories za kusemaje that watu wanaweza ji-express pia kama shughuli za abductions, hakuna vitu kama hizo. So sijui kama jeshi kukam kutetea hii mradi ya kusema Wakenya wafai kuangalia wanabonga hivyo, like inaweza kuwa wana try kusema aje like well acha tutangoja tusikie Rao yani yake kama kubonga ata vibrate kwa frequency gani, lakini so far so good. Hivyo ndio vile mambo iko.
So tell me why one Kaharir is contradicting himself. Let me ask, is there a constitutional way of shouting Ruto must go? Now, interesting enough, when he actually mentioned what he mentioned, X went on fire. You don't believe me? Go, actually right now, get on X. Look at that post here, Kaharir. Go through the comment section. And that is actually something I'd actually suggest him to do also. Now, I will tell you this for a fact. Kenyans are not chanting Ruto must go because it is something that they are just doing for the sake of doing it. Kenyans are a frustrated lot. Kenyans are in pain. Kenyans are tired. It's sad and unfortunate that that does not resonate with you. Now, why I said at the beginning of my statement that anajichanganya, he said that the military is supposed to be apolitical, but they're supposed to like uphold the constitution. Now, freedom of expression, I believe, is enshrined in the constitution. Kenyans are expressing themselves. Kenyans are frustrated because they do not receive the health care that they so much deserve. Those in schools are frustrated that the education system is right now a mess in this country. And to think that them expressing themselves is something you're going to curtail, it's sad and unfortunate that that is not going to happen. Like I said, Kenyans are a frustrated lot. And this is actually just the beginning. Things are actually going south fast. Ask yourself this one question. How did we get here? How did we get to this point where a politician loses a loved one or a politician dies, and instead of Kenyans condoning, Kenyans are celebrating? How did we get here? Now, it is sad and unfortunate that ikifika a point where watu wanasema anything goes. Because if you go through X, that is actually what people are saying. Right about now, anything goes. Ikifika point, Kenyans wanasema, kama munatushika mutuue sisi wote. What does that mean? These are not words to be taken lightly. But then again, I am loving the fact that, interestingly, things are taking the turn that politicians never expected. I saw a post. I think I'm going to share that post here. I saw a post where, just because the president is going to Mount Kenya next week, people have actually laid down terms. Kupiga makofi, tunalipisha hii bei. Kushout, tunalipisha hii bei. That is actually what is going to happen. The uncertainty that is there in State House right now, these people have looted money, but sad and unfortunate, that money is not going to help them in any way. You're going to lose it all. I believe that this reality is painful for you to think about. But in your spare time, if you have any, go read through the story of one Mobutu Sese Seko. Then think of your future, of your leadership, and what is going to happen once that power is gone.
Back to national interests, back to national matters. Sasa this is a matter of national interest Umesikia kuhusu aka kajamaa anajiita ati CDF of the Kenya Defence Forces. Umekasikia aka Kenya kalichukua ushukani kutoka kwa mtu anaitwa General Francis Omondi Ogora. Sasa aka kama mtu kalichukua ushukani 2nd May 2024, that is last year, after plane crash yenye iliua General Ogora, that is on 18th April 2024. Hii kiti ya CDF haikaangi. Akitoka hivi hata mwezi yaishi. Naona Ogora alikufa nini? 18th April, 2nd May 2024. General Kaharir alikuwa amechukua ushukani. Now the chief of the Kenya Defence Forces of Kenya si mtu mwingine, ni mtu anaitwa General Kaharir. Sasa do you know this guy has gone missing? Unajua hapatikani? This guy was a senior military officer who was appointed as the Kenya Chief of the Defence Forces of Kenya. Sasa hapatikani Kahariri. Ako wapi? Ukienda place kama Burkina Faso, the Chief of the Defence Forces, huyo ni mtu mwenye ana protect Kenya, ana protect wananchi kwa borders, huko angani, the sea. Sasa huyu CDF wa Kenya hapatikani. He has gone missing. Hebu tuambie ako wapi? Where is he? Ako wapi? Where is General Kahariri? Because this is a national matter. This is a matter of national interest. Where is he? Ako wapi General Kahariri? Ako wapi? Because now venye kunaenda si kuzuri. Si kuzuri hata kidogo. Where is General Kahariri? Ako wapi? Because sijakuwa nikimuona ameenda wapi. Where is he? Ama umemtuma nchi za nje. Ako wapi?
Yes, guys. Chapter 1 of the Constitution of Kenya talks about the sovereignty of the people and the supremacy of the Constitution. I agree with that, and it has an extended context on how the Constitution is supreme, as well as the sovereignty that the people are given. I agree with that. It is very good, and it is, it even does not need to be explained. The other day, I saw these are sparked, some very, I don't know if they are healthy or what, but it has sparked a series of, conversation all over Kenya. I've seen some who have gone to the media house and say that, there's this statement made by the Chief of Defence Forces, General Kahariri, that, let me quote, "We as the army, we have an obligation to protect the Constitution and the government of the day. That is why the president is conferred to the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces." You get it? You get it? That is in the Constitution. I'm not the one who said that. 2, the Constitution applies to the people. And when the general says that we protect the Constitution, it is you as well. I've seen some people in the social media saying that, General Kahariri has been involved. In fact, there is no general who has ever spoken about any political, any political thing. I think that was not political. It was only an advice to Kenya that I have seen chanting outside here, and you know what happened on 24th June last year, 2024, when Kenya was almost in a total disgrace. We almost lose the country, and of course the army could have taken. You have seen the issue of South Sudan where there is no development. Kenyans like being called, heroes. By the way, Kenyans like being called legends. Those people who intended to ban the parliament wanted to be called legends. I also would like to be called a legend, but be a legend, in a manner that it will not, I'm even. Lakini guys, what is happening in Kenya? The statement is very clear that if you must remove President Ruto, then do it in a constitutional way. Chanting will not assist you. The other time back in history, when the Minister of Finance and who was Amos Kimunya, the MPs, and most of the people used to chant Kimunya must go. Okay, it is in the constitution, yes, but can Ruto must go assist you in a way? If you cannot file a petition or file an impeachment that the president is out of order, he's running the country according to his own, mind that is not derived by the constitution, then you can do that as well. Nobody has denied you that. That is a constitutional right. You are exercising. The general is very clear. Then why are you attacking the general who has told you that we have no Kenya like a spare wheel or as any spare part of the vehicle that, when we ban Kenya, we just get another Kenya and continue with it? Let us stop this kind of stupidity roaming around here, telling Kenyans that, we know our rights. They also know their rights. They are also Kenyans. So why don't they exercise their power and their duties that they are allocated to, When one is graduating from any force, he's told, do your duties. Do your duty. It is the duty of the army to protect the constitution and the government of the day. That is why the president is the commander-in-chief of the defense forces. When you touch the president by name in person, you say the commander-in-chief of the defense forces. I think you get, I don't know if you are getting the whole context. Let us stop this. I even saw the other day, huyu anaitwa nani huyu mwenye anaitwa huyu Dani, huyu Nuru Okanga. Nuru Okanga, you must be stupid. You must have lost your way, Nuru Okanga, because you cannot address the general as if he is your baby. He is the general. And it is very specific. He has not said that he's supporting Ruto. He's supporting the government of the day, headed by the Chief of Defense Forces. So the Chief of the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, who the general himself is answerable to the president, who is the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces. There's a thing you are not understanding. Then I saw some yesterday chanting outside here that President Ruto has sent the general to tell us that we don't have. That is something basic. You even did not need to be told. If the general made the statement, if the general made that statement in another way that I didn't understand, then you'll make me understand. You now come to say that Nurdin Haji has intimidated you. Kaharir general has intimidated you. And how? We should stop this kind of behavior as Kenyans, that we want to pretend that we are legends in the name of we want to be seen that you are in the top. You can argue. This is the reason as to why We have short-minded people, by the way. I now get. Because they cannot see the point. They are short to the point that they cannot see the point. You narrow your minds that you cannot see the point. Nuruokanga. This is the reason as to why education is sometimes necessary to people like you. You cannot come to the media and address the general, bwana. Okay, it is good to address the general, but have you keenly rewinded what the general said? Let us stop this kind of stupidity that is roaming around, bwana. You are the okay. I was not intending to say this, but you must understand the whole context.